ball story no.
Enjoy.
Anything.
Enjoy. Onini.
Ha, bracho me bo.
Kwame onini.
Bracho.
Ma wasi mayan kana onini.
Auntie, honorable.
Meka washa wa hoba na onini.
The big issue
page no. Kwame mpocho me music and mankan. Na me wi amfa mo. Kwame mbom to be fair. Emi me a politician. Ebi ametwa akohwi. Nti mpocho won farmer Kwame. Kan afo wo di kan. Na wi afabra.
Where ye IMF,
Thank
International Monetary Fund. Ghana was selected issues.
Correct.
Now, one more Eddie Free International Monetary Fund, Washington D.C.
Thank you.
Date no August 2026.
Yo, mpocho area minority for reporter.
There be.
Kwame, can brofo no boko.
What's it?
Enjoy.
Canadian Yababo lottery was now the numbers.
Thank you.
In 2025, the significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over 1.7 billion.
Billion what?
Dollars. That is 1.5% of GDP.
Right.
Almost entirely related to gold for reserve. Oil purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of all gold sold by the Bank of Ghana. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to gold board.
Emphasis.
Okay.
Kwame, emphasis.
Mate, meka obiem. Was say amounting to 17% of the value of the gold sold by the BOG. Losses accrued on gold trades are a combination of service and assay fees paid to gold board.
Continue.
Discounts on gold sold to off-takers, that is exporters, and most importantly, exchange rate losses from the spread between Forex Bureau rates paid to purchase gold and the CD reference rate used for BOG accounting. That's figure 7. Survey data suggests that Ghanaian ASGM,
that's artisanal small scale gold mining,
prices are among
the abbreviation or artisanal small scale gold mining. Right.
Gold.
Right.
Moon, okay.
Right.
Are among the highest in the region.
Right. So it means that in West Africa, yen artisanal gold na in yet ton, it is the most expensive. Yet ton abozin na area yaboko. And it's a yekade, the minority no a church azimuna ye kade. One ton gold in boko, na gold board aton gold abokawa. Assembling in kodo.
These accounting losses partly reflect valuation effects rather than economic costs.
Stay there, Kwame. So what this means is that the argument by government abandoning Shemi there is always an economic cost to implementing an economic policy such as this gold purchase program. No, it's not correct, because per this audit by IMF with government ajatum. By the way, just for clarity, anytime IMF does a report, it shares the draft with government for government to express its own views as to the issues emanating from the report. So what I want the public to know in there, this final report is what both parties have agreed and signed to as their final conclusion. Right. So from this report, you know, the IMF is saying there, the gold for reserve program, no, or the domestic gold purchase program, no, has a structural design defect. What the report is saying therefore is that the policy has failed, and the losses are not as a result of economic costs. That's why they stated it in black and white.
Yeah.
So you cannot even argue that the IMF was not fair. The IMF was fair. And the language of the report, per what we all know in governance, is agreed by both parties. So you have been indicted as a government for failing in such a key policy. So if you tell me that, oh, your justification is that you have brought in so much forex in the gold trade and that has resulted in the stability of the city, your own report is indicting you that no, you had some inefficiencies in the program.
The honorable when a gold board naboka na BOG naboka.
This question, you have the answer. What is the answer in the report? Before I come in with my explanation, in the report, what did the IMF say? Yenga yezi nukwarama iraze in Oman Ghana. What you just read, IMF attributed the losses to which institution? Mpocho.
You come out gold board.
Sir, can you ask a ones into Mukos Kwame?
Come out gold board.
Can you na want it?
What's you?
No, but I'm can you assembly can I
gold board.
It's all I'm in America.
But
wait, Kwame Mpocho. Is it me who is saying it?
Baby.
So must I be insulted? Or do be some hoba? Make sure some to obido. Ms. Obinizin akot to pardon there, one shana hoba. Is that not the report? Is a minority lying? Is any serious institution making fact check in this country going to tell me that the minority is wrong? What is the IMF saying about the losses? Are they not attributing it to gold board? Are they not attributing it to the entire domestic gold purchase program? Are they not talking about the forex losses? Are they not talking about the exchange rates? Are they not raising the pricing? Kwame, let me add another point. When gold board loan was here, there were two things given to gold board as a mandate. One, a regulatory function. Two, a monopoly function. And I will explain. Make a regulatory function. Gold board now was established by an act of parliament. Regulatory function you there. And one na artisanal gold. Yeka artisanal gold. Yeka the small scale mining. Funi nyina Gold board is a embra. A regulating one. So that is the law I have passed. Second, embra no so say obi biara or your small scale mining biano or your one institution in a or do ton gold in the moment or your gold board. Kwame. So anybody selling artisanal gold will sell that gold to gold board because by law gold board has the exclusive mandate monopoly over the gold that is mined under them artisanal gold mining subsector of the mining industry. Now an argument in there to that extent one cannot say there sebio losses gold board on yan one because all the gold from the artisanal mining sector or ya own and say one farm forward. Now say ebekaya when the minority first read the interim report of IMF Bekaya the last year was it 10-year disclosure be your first report the 5th review this report is a 6th review 1/5 review was stated there there were some losses up to $214 million. When we got hold of that report, we filed a motion in Parliament. You file a motion, an argument in there. Even the fees were just too high. And immediately you raised the fees as some, which was 15%. BOG and Gold Board held an emergency meeting and reduced the fees to 9%. And later reduced it further to some 5%. And now, after the 6th review report, Bank of Ghana says it is exiting the program entirely. Kwame, we raise this issue as patriots, as part of our oversight. The parliamentarians say omanu bibiru kocho na yen yanka wana bi on obaka na sefu pia we school a aben say a minister no say oni clearance finance ministry say the fiscal space ahonzi nyiwo. Meanwhile, through this gold for reserve programming, you've incurred such huge losses. You needed only 6 billion to employ some nurses and teachers. Musu need 6 billion. Yet 22 billion has gone down the drain.
My question and say, gold board for no, a Bank of Ghana for an amount say, Munto gold my Mukwa Munton say, fees ni anyame womu say, where's moving piawi? It's me gold board no, semitoni nam the Comma Bank of Ghana, pay the shower the amamenoa, some from Swobiba, what did Grammy gold board say? And now, and Kofobisa say, Auditor General's report, no, can say Bank of Ghana, na say a case a gold board.
Okay, Kwame, that question, no, the latter part of your question already you have the answer. That in the report,
the report, okay.
From the report, you know, your answer, so let's not repeat it. Now, let me come to the main question. Main question na nipa no bisa wono. The answer lies with government. Kwame, I am not responsible for policy implementation of government. I'm in my opposition. If our iyaben na introduce a policy, your duty is to put in place the guardrails, the mechanisms for successful implementation. When the policy fails, you take responsibility. So at this point, I don't want to get into the argument where somebody will say, oh, why are you not blaming World Bank? Why are you not blaming BOG? Why are you blaming GOLDBOD? Why is it that the losses are in the books of BOG? So as for GOLDBOD, say, you see, that would be amounting to mischief. Why? Because there is a complete structure, a value chain of transaction. You have traced the transaction to where the error, the defect is. So maybe a defect in one, that should be where you hammer. Yes, it is true, and in all fairness, the report, it was Bank of Ghana that IMF audited. Yes, it is true that the losses are in the books of Bank of Ghana. Yes, it is true also that the losses are attributable to which institution? Come here, continue for me from what we read.
Yeah, to the GOLDBOD.
Yes. Now, in all this structure, Bank of Ghana for Sabi, and one what artisanal gold Ghana. No.
Well, one mammy said, say.
So what I'm saying is that, Kwame, to make it simple, no, it's a government policy failure.
Okay.
It's a financial loss to the state, true or false. The loss is on whether you mention Bank of Ghana or GOLDBOD, you are mentioning what? A loss to the states. Because GOLDBOD is a state institution.
I was not to wait 3 months of his profit.
How do you account for profit? You account for profit by deducting costs of sales from sales. Anna,
yeah.
The mischief there then is that the cost has not been captured there. The cost has been offloaded to another institution that is a subsidiary. Kwame, let me ask you a question. From the report that you have read, which you are still in possession of, the losses have been identified in the books of BOG, correct?
Correct.
But the losses have been attributable to which institution? Right. Now, Kwame, I didn't know about the GOLDBOD there. No, I told one of my apologize. No, yes, in common, Kwame. These are reputational issues. So, Kromano, yen na odu baby abinum mpe no ko asam no baby anokọ no da no obi ahye ko introduce version bi. So I want us to have an exercise that I will leave here with satisfaction there. I've been fair to the people of Ghana. I've been fair to the government itself. You yourself as a journalist, as a media man, if anybody wants to question your fairness, you will say that, come on, I did the Lord's work.